And we're back in Star Trek Resurgence for the price of Judas. Let's go. Oh, Miranda.
Nilly.
I'm good. Help me with him.
Oh yeah, he just got cracked in the head, didn't he? Oh my gosh.
Let's get this off.
Ow. Plasma burn.
Medical. Got one wounded at my location. Carter. You don't look so good.
It's a floater.
You gotta be more careful. I just got here. I'm not ready to see you two get blown to space dust just yet.
She
Now
fancies
let's
him.
get you down to sickbay.
Great.
Status report.
Uh-oh.
The repair crew made it inside. EPS flow is back to nominal levels. The SIF is back up.
How does this affect mission readiness, Mr. Ermot?
Releasing the docking clamps using hull polarity minimized damage to the Resolute.
Hehe.
We'll have some last-minute repairs to make, but if we reapportion some of the staff, we can make our departure on time. As of now, however, we are successfully moored to the station.
Good to hear. Send updates to my ready room. Commander Rydek, with me.
Uh-oh.
You disobeyed my orders.
Ouch.
Well,
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry for that, Captain. I did
you
what I thought was...
disobeyed my orders! And not just in front of the bridge crew, but the Starbase staff as well. That's going to get around. My name's already tarnished around the fleet. But what is it going to do to my credibility on this ship? From the top to the bottom. Bridge to lower decks.
I understand, sir. It won't happen again.
I should hope not. You might have won some fans on the bridge with that stunt, but not everyone. Lieutenant Commander Chovak has already bent my ear.
I'm sure he doesn't take it personally. He'll get over it in time.
Mr. Chovak is more complicated than he would want to admit. I guess we all are. And, if I'm being honest, I'm not sure what I would have done in the moment either. You never really know if you weren't in those shoes. So, let's just boil it down to you did what you had to. That'll have to be good enough for me.
Thank you for understanding, sir. I'm sure no one knows the burden of command as well as you do.
I'm sure you will, someday. Despite it all, we got our final Starfleet clearance to depart. So if you'll fetch Mr. Ermot, we'll knock out the final details of any outstanding repairs, and then we'll set out for Hotari.
Yes, sir.
Time to go. Well, that went as well as can be expected. Alaska's a tall ship.
All departments reporting full mission readiness. We've got our full complement on board.
This is my favorite moment, right now.
The start of a new mission is always full of possibility.
The Orion Syndicate could sell it as a drug.
Don't let the Admiralty hear you say that.
Captain on the bridge.
Sit. Sit, everyone. You all know, I'm not big on speeches. We're embarking on the first mission since our refit. Let's make it a good one. Disengage docking clamps.
Docking clamps released.
Thrusters ahead, Mr. Handar.
Nice.
That should do it. Set a course for the Hotari system. Prepare to go to Warp 8.
Aye, Captain.
You know what? You take this one.
Me? Engage.
Nice.
Simple, but effective.
The bridge is massive. It's like the TARDIS. Massive on the inside, small from the outside.
Whoa. Careful.
Thank you. I'm fine. Really,
The
You
infusion.
don't look fine.
Uh-oh.
I have to get to sickbay.
Go.
Commander, help me get her inside.
Uh-oh. Ouch. That guy jinxed me.
Well, that was quite a scare. A few minutes more and it would have been one of the shortest tenures on record for a first officer.
Is that the engineer that was out on the hull?
That storm did a real number on him, but he'll live. Just needs rest. You should worry about yourself. Your deridium levels got dangerously low and destabilized your cell structure.
This is definitely one of the more memorable first days I can think of.
My name is Dr. Aram Duval, Chief Medical Officer. To be honest, I've never met a Kobliad before. You're...
Rare. I know.
Me neither.
I was going to say special. Your people's numbers have dwindled, despite the Federation's efforts to find a more readily available alternative to the deridium you need to survive. Yet you joined Starfleet and managed to thrive. I imagine the responsibility must be overwhelming. Maybe even a burden at times.
It does make me unique, but it's not a burden at all. I'm honored to be Kobliad, to represent my people.
As you should be. And don't worry, I won't treat you like a science experiment. I just do the science and leave the experiments to Solano.
You don't agree with his methods?
I don't agree with his definition of acceptable risks. Not when the lives of your crew are at stake. My professional opinion is that the accident took a toll. More than he's willing to admit. He's overstressed, operating in the pressure cooker of his own mind. Which is never a good headspace when the lives of your crew are at stake. What concerns me is that now he's even further away from the thing he's been chasing his entire career. Breakthrough discovery. The major innovation. Something he can put his name on. The more the time passes and the further out of reach it gets, the more risk he'll be willing to take.
I hear you. But that's my job, isn't it? To make sure that doesn't happen. and we don't lose sight of the bigger picture.
Which is exactly why I'm so glad you're here. We need you now more than ever. And I have to give you credit for what happened on the bridge. It took guts to defy a direct order.
Thanks.
I guess word travels fast around here.
It's a small ship, and everyone's curious about the new XO. Fortunately, your cell structure's almost completely stabilized. And I'll spare us both the lecture, but I do feel it's my responsibility to remind you, without regular infusions of Duridium, you will not live. It's as simple as that.
Understood.
Then, my work here is done.
It's purple, which is cool as well.
Sorry, I didn't mean to be lurking outside of sickbay. I didn't want to intrude, so it felt more appropriate to wait out here. We were all worried about you. Or I should say I was. I wasn't sure what was happening at first, but then I realized it was your condition.
I'm feeling much better. Thank you. It's just part of who I am.
Well, being a jerk sometimes is part of who I am. So, I'm sorry for that. You trusted my intuition earlier, with the deflector pulse. I felt I should thank you for that.
Well, thank you for coming. Even though you didn't have to.
I wanted to.
Now, Carter, the emissions that gave you that burn are quite unusual, like everything else that goes with this storm. That's the combination of hyronolin and lectrazine to counter the radiation effects. That should help speed your healing.
Makes him look very handsome, doesn't it? Oh, here's Miranda.
A couple of times to see you already.
Oh, has she now?
Be brief.
It's good to see you awake again. I was starting to get worried. Not that you aren't in good hands with Dr. Duvall. You did take one hell of a shot, though.
So, be honest. How bad do I look?
You look rugged.
Rugged?
Okay, how about heroic? Millie was looking in on you too, by the way. But since it's just us right now, I had a chance to think about this while I was away. And I thought it was important that I just come out and tell you. Instead of tiptoeing around it. Or worse, leaving it unsaid.
It's okay, Miranda. You can tell me anything.
I know that.
Then come on. Just spit it out.
I'm trying. Let me talk. What I'm trying to say is, we've been really good friends for a long time. But I got back here and I couldn't ignore it anymore. I want to see if there's more between us than just being friends.
This is all kind of unexpected.
I didn't expect this either. But here we are. And I didn't want to ignore it. I just figured I'd steer right into it. Well, what do you think?
Uh-oh.
I've been about as direct as I can stomach. You can do that too. Be direct with me.
Okay.
That's a lot to think about.
I know it is.
So, maybe I should think it over.
Oh, yeah, take as long as you need. I get it. But don't leave me hanging.
Sorry to interrupt, but the patient needs to rest if he wants to get back to his old self.
Of course.
Oh dear, I've killed it with her.
Get better. And while you're resting up, think about what we talked about.
He's got a nice haircut. I like it. Uh-oh. Yeah. It's a toughie. So, that's it. Another couple of missions completed. So let's see where we're up to. Captain Solano's anger over having his orders defied was tempered by Jara's expression of remorse and efforts to remedy the situation, restoring his faith in his choice of first officer. That's lucky. Bedrosian. Hasn't changed. Commander Westbrook. felt ashamed of his behaviour and was impressed by Jara's strength when he saw her outside of sickbay. Good. Yeah, nothing's changed with Irma. Dr. Duval was impressed by Jara's sense of responsibility to the crew and was encouraged to see her thinking independently when she defied Captain Solano's orders. Yeah, Chovak's Chovak. Calloway. It's all cool. Calloway's the one who nearly ran us over, I think, a couple of missions ago. Yeah, so for Carter, we didn't spend a lot of time with Carter, did we? But Miranda was somewhat disappointed to say that Carter isn't quite sure how he feels about a possible romantic relationship, which remains optimistic. Yeah, so kind of we tried to cool it with Miranda, so we've not got the hopes up, but not seem totally horrible by just totally rejecting her. So we'll see how that develops. And that's it for missions 5 and 6. That will be. Pretty sure. Yep, missions 5 and 6. So, hope you liked the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Star Trek Resurgence videos, and we shall see you again here shortly. Bye!